Hey everyone, One Dragon here. Today we're taking a look at the infinite eddies through crafting methods that are significantly more profitable in patch 1.3. I also tested everything in 1.31, but all these changes came in 1.3. So in this video, we'll take a look at the changes that make crafting more profitable than last patch, and the most profitable items at each tier. The first change was the reduction in crafting components that you buy from merchants or junk vendors and so on by roughly 20%. But the price of the items that are crafted and that you can sell them for are the same. Next was the fix to the Crazy Science perk. I never really needed this trait, but again, it makes it more profitable if you'd like to skill it up. The last major change were fixing the crafting specs available at clothing stores and adjusting the crafting costs. As a result, I was able to buy legendary clothing specs and check how profitable they were. Turns out that the legendary outer torso jackets are more profitable than weapons at a high level. And since they cost more to craft, they provide more crafting experience. However, at low levels, since weapons and armor scale differently, weapons are more profitable. This is the case for the other tiers of craftable items as well, not just legendary. The perks you should have are cost optimization, which after 2 perks reduces the crafting cost by 30%, as well as ex nihilo for that 20% chance of crafting for free. From the skill progression, you can get another 10% crafting cost reduction. Of course, to craft anything over uncommon, you need the equivalent perk, True Craftsman for rare, Grease Monkey for epic, or Edge Runner Artisan for legendary. You can just skip to Edge Runner Artisan if you just want to craft the legendary stuff, so I personally do that. Now we'll take a look at the weapons and clothing that are profitable at each rarity tier and where to get them. Keep in mind that you may need to skip time to refresh the stock at each of the stores because they're not always available. As I'm showing each spec, I'll show how much it costs to buy the crafting components, the total cost of that, and then the sale price at 2 levels. The first level will be level 50, which is obviously the max level, so that's when things are most profitable. And then I'll also show the sale price at level 13, which is the earliest that you can craft legendary gear, providing that you start with 6 in technical ability plus the 13 levels get you to 18 technical ability, so therefore level 13 is the earliest you can craft the legendary items. Firstly, taking a look at weapons from the common, uncommon and rare tiers, the most profitable crafting spec that I own is the Nekomata sniper rifle. The common one you can find at junk vendors throughout the world. So this is just one from Westbrook in Japantown. And you can buy the rare Nekomata at any of the early game gun vendors. So I'm just using the one in Kabuki and Watson.
We're gonna buy some new one. Wow.
For the uncommon clothing, it seems that the Inner Flame flame resistant rocker jack is the most profitable clothing that I own. I believe you get this from hitting level 6 in the crafting progression. For rare tier clothing, the most profitable one that I have is the durable Sin Silk Blazer. You can find that here by the trailer park in the Badlands from this clothing merchant. The most profitable epic and legendary weapons that I have are the Ashura crafting specs. Now you can get the epic one here at this gun vendor in Corpo Plaza in the city center. For the epic clothing, we have this cyan multi-resist evening jacket, which you can get from Jinguji in downtown city center. Now the price of this will vary depending on if you've done the quest here or not. The most profitable weapon in patch 1.3 or patch 1.31 is still the Ashura or the legendary sniper rifle. The legendary Ashura you can get before you finish the heist. All you need to do is come to this fast travel station, Bellevue Overwalk, and jump down here. You can get it for free on this rooftop. Basically up here. Now for the most profitable item at level 50 in patch 1.3, the Deadly Lagoon Armored Sin Silk Poser Jacket, which sells for 4,860 eddies, or a profit of 3,904 eddies per craft. You can get this crafting spec at this clothing store in Corpo Plaza.
Well, let's just be a little bit more patient this time, okay?
So after you've got the specs that is most profitable to you, all you do is you craft a bunch of them and then you sell them to the vendors. Now normally I just pick any gun vendor, then you just rebuy the crafting materials, whatever you need, and then just craft them. You can of course skip time to refresh the store. This one's a good one because you can skip time right in front of them and then just resell more because they'll very quickly run out of money. So just one thing with the Crazy Science perk, it does apply without having to invest any perks into it. So I'll just show that now. I'm at 19 skill progression, and the prices for my items are 3,662 for Ashura, and then 4,860 for the Poser Jacket. If I craft a couple of these and level, jumps by 10% there, 5,346 and 4,028. So you do not need to apply any perks, you just get it from hitting level 20 in the skill progression. So what I've done here is I've sorted the clothing and weapons by profit at level 13, and as you can see, the legendary Ashura is the most profitable item at low levels, and some items are even in the negative. However, as you are leveling, your items will scale, and eventually the clothing will be significantly more profitable than their weapon counterparts in the same tier. As you can see, the legendary and epic outerwear is more profitable than Ashura in the late game. Ultimately, this method of crafting items and repurchasing the components from vendors has been made more profitable in the early game by the reduction in component costs introduced in patch 1.3. Also, in the mid to late game, if you decide to have 20 points in technical ability, that's another 10% from Crazy Science. And if, like me, you were locked out of the outerwear crafting specs, that's another roughly 30% increase in profit compared to crafting Ashura in the late game. Thanks everybody for watching, hope you found this informative. I'll see you later, Tubes.